I'm going to share about an interesting insights on, is it really necessary to become rich or is it really necessary to become wealthy? So whom do you want to become? So major difference between becoming rich and staying wealthy, which is a real difference you all should understand. So hi, hello, this is Ganesh Santuru, your stock market profit coach and author of the book One Page Stock Market Plan. Please check the description to check out my book. And the major difference, because this is the need of the hour. Everyone wants to aspire to become rich because that you can show off, you can be like wear the shirts, wear the trousers, wear the watches, wear the buy the new car, and even have the hi-fi home and home automations and everything. But is it really necessary to show off all these things? Or if you look at the common person, he may be really wealthy, even more money than the people who are showing off, the people who are living in a high-end apartment, maybe having a huge debt of crores and crores of money. But the people who are living in a normal home and even in rental place, he may be having a huge assets that helps him to stay wealthy and doesn't need to worry about the future, because he's having a huge assets that is working on its own and it is creating money on its own that creates wealth. So I'm going to throw upon interesting insights on 8 insights, and this came in Morningstar. I thought this should be shared with you people, and just I'm going to share the link, and let me share the mind node, which will be easy to understand and learn. So how to become rich and how accumulate unlimited wealth in life. So this is an interesting topic. So let's focus on the interesting insights one by one so that it's easy to learn and easy to remember, because many of them think that in my life I cannot become rich. But the point is, once you start thinking about becoming wealthy, automatically richness will follow through it, right? And becoming wealthy cannot happen all of a sudden. It takes time, and this is what it's all about. And remember, it's not the amount of money you make, as you can spend everything. You may think Johnny Depp, one of the Hollywood actors, the biggest Hollywood actors, he earned almost $650 million in movies by 2018. He acted in Pirates of Caribbean movie, and why I'm saying is because every year he used to spend more. Every month he used to spend more than $2 million on all his to maintain his assets all across the world. And he has a bigger villas, not only in one place, France, but all across the world. And $2 million is close to almost like 16 crores of money every month just to maintain it, right? And right now he's just worth 150 to 200 million dollars. Just look at the way the amount has gone down. And the people who are maintaining his portfolio on wealth management, they say that he spends money like anything, and it is really difficult. At this rate, it will be difficult for him to maintain the amount, maintain the wealth, because he is getting age, and if his movies are not running and if he's not getting movies, automatically he will just be on the road, right? That happened to many rich people. And you had seen the biggest example in India. We have Anil Ambani, who has lost everything in life in the last just 12 13 years, while Mukesh Ambani has grown his wealth like anything, whereas Anil Ambani, whatever he has started, it has got squandered like anything. It got went off like anything. All the companies had gone bankrupt, and he clearly told in the court, in Indian court, that he is depending upon his mother for his daily things and for his monthly expenses. That is the kind of status he is having. So it all depends upon how much you are spending and how much you are growing your wealth over a period of time. Let's look at, and this is the point, own assets that will grow. Are you investing in assets that is growing? Because I think more people investing in second real estate. They have a one home, because if you're not having any real estate for staying, maybe you can buy a home, maybe you can buy a flat. But if you're starting to buy the next real estate, that is where the biggest problem is, because already you spent all your money on that one thing, and it's not an asset because you are living in it. If it is not making money for you, there is no point in living in it, right? Most of the people will buy an individual villa or a 3 bhk home in a bigger community, and that is not going to earn money for you. That is not an asset at all, because you're not going to sell, you're not going to book profits. But the next home, you think it as an asset, it will start making money. Again, the next 10 15 years you are going to spend, so that you are owning up that asset, right? And you are going to spend your time and energy and money on another real estate, even if it is not perfect residential real estate, I'm saying, because that is a state of residential income in India. Less than 3%, it is not going to multiply, right? Whereas commercial real estate, if you're investing, that is going to multiply. But if you're getting into commercial real estate, that is a wise choice. But if you're putting your money in the same rental income, thinking it as a residential real estate, you are making a biggest mistake. And again, if you are investing in a stock market or a mutual funds, that is going to multiply on its own. As the time proceeds, everything will start working. And the stock market as such, you get dividends, you get bonus shares, and if the company is doing extremely good year on year, automatically it becomes a multi-bagger in the next 3 to 5 years or more. So that is a kind of asset you should own, financial assets as well as asset physical assets that multiply on its own. And remember, it's not being rich, but the choices that you make with your income says whether wealthy or not. Again, it's not about being rich, it's all about becoming wealthy, because wealthy is almost the biggest stage. You become wealthy and your money is start multiplying on its own, and the rental incomes in commercial real estate is coming on its own, and the investments in stock market has multiplied anything in the next 10-20 years, and it's a fixed income. The dividends part you're going to get regularly, and the stock is already performing like anything, and the company is still going to multiply. And that is a kind of state, and that is a kind of place you should reach, right? And instead of just playing your money and spending on all other stuff, it's not becoming rich. You can become, once you start earning a bigger income, say you got a lucky enough to get a lottery and you get 1 crore, and do you know, almost more than 100, I think almost equal to 100% of the people, whatever they earn the money through lottery, within the next 7 to 8 years they lose their money, because they doesn't know how to manage it. Because they have been in the stage, most of the people, this survey has been done, and they doesn't do it, because they pray for money, they pray everything, and they get that money, and everything goes off like anything. That is what happens. So don't depend upon the lotteries, don't depend upon all of the sudden income whichever you're getting. Even if you're getting, how wisely you're investing, how wisely you're making that money to grow to the multiple levels, how wisely you are increasing your knowledge, that alone can give you a much more bigger financial freedom and staying wealthy. And if you are wealthy enough, it means you are financially free. You're not dependent upon single source of income, you have multiple source of income. That's what it's all about. And it's a choice. Either you can buy all these things, all the crazy stuffs which is available in the market, and say that I am rich enough to the entire world, do the postings in social media, say that I have this new car, I have bought this, I have bought this new mobile and everything frequently. Or one thing is, you can be frugal, but if it is needed, you will spend your money on learning things, you will spend your money on savings, you will spend your money on get the teachings from people, you will spend your money on courses in Coursera, or all the great teachers, because only the learners are earners. So you understand that point, the word learn has earn, so you understood that point. It is going to multiply like anything. And the next thing is, as I said, the rich lifestyle is visible, and you may have huge debts nobody knows, right? And most of the people, and they depend upon their income so that they can pay their high, filthy, rich lifestyle. That's what most of the people do. They make huge money, and they spend on huge, they spend again the huge sum of money, and at the end of the day, they doesn't have anything left over. Again, they need to work, but the lifestyle it shows, it's like they are filthy rich, they have the huge car, and they travel frequently, they post it in Instagram quickly, and they have huge followers, and they are in the business which is in the current trend, everything is okay. But the point is it making you to become wealthy? Are you saving enough? This is what, because that is nowhere visible. Nobody shows off. If you look at all the wealthy people, they doesn't show off. They doesn't come on post regularly on, this is where I'm having the dinner, this is where I'm having the lunch, right? So this is what it is all about. And occasionally posting is, I'm not denying that you need to do, because you need to socialize with your friends, that is totally different. But showing off of being rich, of all the things, whatever you own it up, and that's what it's all about. And if you are wealthy enough, if you are ready to buy, you can, right? If your income, if your wealth is able to afford you, then you can do it. Or else you will squander your money, whatever you earn, quickly, maybe in the not in the first year, but third, fourth, or fifth year it will happen for sure. And become wealthy than showing off as being rich. This is the point I was mentioning right now. And start small, and again I'm going to the next point. So becoming wealthy should be your agenda. Accumulating unlimited wealth. Where it starts, that is the next point. Then show off being as rich. Because say you started earning per month of 3 lakhs or 5 lakhs. But if you're not saving enough, if you're not keeping your expenses less than a lakh or maybe 1.5 2 lakhs, because you want to uh, spend on your new homes or anything, right? And remaining 3 lakhs, if you're able to invest wisely, learn and do it, and that is what it's all about. It's not about earning 5 lakhs and show off that yes, I'm living this lifestyle and I'm having all these things, but it's all about investing wisely and taking wise decisions. Instead of going for a normal car which is really enough, instead of going for a Maruti, you may go for high-end premium cars which is not needed because you may not use it. Instead of having one car, you may have two cars, or even one car for each of the family members, maybe 4 or 5 cars. This is like showing off and having everything on your in your individual homes. That is what many people do, which is really not needed, right? And this is what it's all about. And what are the expenses for maintaining those 4 cars? And again, if it's a premium car, again, what that expenses will get added on every year. And will you be able to maintain that 4 cars for lifetime? Then you can go for it, right? It's all about how much you are able to make your money and then grow. And the same applies to the people who are in the middle class income. And you may have 2 or 3 bikes instead of having one bike for the family or 2 bikes for the family. Every member will have their own bikes, and the expenses and everything will keep adding. And it's like unknowingly, every each one of you may be spending some 2 or 3 thousand every 6 months. After 2 3 years, all the bikes will keep making creating problems. That is when all the big automobile companies can make money, two wheelers, four wheelers, because they doesn't make money by selling you the bike or car. They make money by providing the parts, by providing you all these things. You should know that. That is where once you go for service, it's almost like minimum 10 years you may be having the same bike, same car, or at least 5 to 10 years. That is when you will go for the change. That is the timeline. Once in 6 months they make money because they notify you, they give you voice calls, make sure you're servicing. And that is when these bikes and cars will work. That is when these bikes and cars will make sure they're running smoothly. So all these are, it's almost like showing off as being rich instead of becoming wealthy. It stops you from becoming wealthy. And what is the steps you need to take? You need to start small and early as possible. And I started investing at the age of when I just completed my college, when I joined the company. At that time itself, I started exploring. I started learning about ULIP policies, mutual funds, stock market, and all these things right from 2007 itself. So that it helped me by 2008 9. I was able to understand a lot of, grasp a lot of things compared to my friends at the same age. And when I grew, that is when I understood. By in the next couple of years, I understood not many of them understand. Even the people in 50s and 60s, they doesn't understand how the mutual fund works, they doesn't understand how the stock market works, they doesn't understand why saving is not enough, they need to invest wisely. All these things are blessing in disguise for me. And it's all about starting small and starting early. And you need to start as quickly as possible. And this is something which you can apply in your life. Rule of 15 into 15 into 15. And I have a video as well in my YouTube channel. You can go and check it out. In this YouTube channel, in this video, what I say is that invest for 15 years, invest 15,000 per month, and at the rate of 15%, you may get close to 1 crore in 15 years. It's all very simple. 15 years, you need to invest 15,000 at 15% return, you will be getting close to 1 crore. So very simple, right? If you can start investing in this way, in next 15 years, you will become a crorepati. I know in 15 years, the value of crore may be around just 50 lakhs, but the money you are accumulating is close to a crore, and that you are having it in the next 15 years. Right now, you're not having anything as a savings, right? So start small. And that is called as power of compounding, because it grows over a period of time. Instead of starting more you stay, better is a compounding. I had seen this 1 crore in 15 years can become close to 1.5 to 1.8 crores by the time it reaches 20 years. In the next 5 years, the amount what it multiplies is huge. Just remember, 15 years you made 1 crore, and in the next 5 years you are creating almost like another close to a crore. That is what is all about, the power of compounding. Once you wait, you will make more money than anyone else. Okay. And finally, it's all about aim to save and own assets that will make money for you. That is a key to wealth creation, because inflation can eat your money, right? You need to keep saving. At any point of time, have an emergency fund and keep saving, 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 because once you have a sufficient base, say you have 10 lakhs of saved amount, and even then if you start investing wisely in all asset classes, maybe stock market, maybe mutual funds, that is where you should start. What should be an emergency fund? A minimum of 8 to 12 months of your monthly expenses should be as a emergency fund, and that amount, if you start investing wise after building up your emergency fund, and then whatever you're earning, if you're able to invest wisely, that is when you will start to make more money in your life. So start small, start early, and even right now, it's if you're listening at this after maybe 10 years, in your 40s or 50s or whatever age, start right now, because this is the age you knew, and start right now. Start investing in mutual funds or start investing in stock market. And I have a webinar where I teach about investing in stock market, and you can participate by just checking out the link in the description, where you will learn a lot. Okay, thank you so much for joining in today, and hope the session was useful, right? And if you have any questions with respect to becoming rich and staying wealthy, please post your questions, and I will be happy enough to answer those questions. Thank you so much. Please click the subscriber button. Thank you. See you in the next video. Thank you.